defense to beat that secondary. 11 matchup. Let's hand it over to our commentator, Davis.
Right at the drive, we welcome you to Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Today we've got the Baltimore Ravens and the Pittsburgh Steelers. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gauthier. They've been playing their best football of the year, winners of 4 in a row. Meanwhile, for the visiting Ravens, they've been cooking these last couple months, winners of 7 of their last 8 games.
And if you extrapolate that out to a full season, they'd be 14-2. And anyone in the NFL today would sign up for that.
The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. So out come the Steelers now for their first drive. And a glance here at the vet. He's got a lot of years under his belt in the National Football League. The football, it's loose.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home, the next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Green 39!
On second down, Perkins. And he'll push forward for about 4 up to the 23. And the Buffet boys, the O-line, hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Back to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. It'll be a sack and a loss of 3, but more importantly, it brings up 4th down. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
So on 4th down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. This is taken at the 15. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So here come the Ravens with their first look on offense. And led out by their veteran quarterback. He's been around a while. They don't celebrate birthdays for him. They just cut him up, see how many rings he's got around the middle. He has been in the league a long time.
Let's go, Ohio! Ohio!
They'll come out throwing here. And right away, he lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now a handoff looking right. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets them back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
All right, partner, let's go back over the last couple of plays. Sack, loss of yards on a running play. Not exactly the sequence that an offensive coordinator gets comfortable with when calling plays.
Come on, let's go! Let's round!
They'll need to get the play off quickly. They just do get the play off as he'll look to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Third down is the down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win. And the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
That's taken on the 25. Oh, look at the juke. That'll go as a 39-yard punt, give him 9 on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right. No gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Uh-oh, Charles, now you get to talk about your old spot, the secondary. Very key here in this one.
Yeah, you have to cut me off because, I'll talk about them all game long. Love to see those guys match up and challenge the best wide receivers.
So 2nd and 10 here. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass.
Here we go now. Blue Niner! Blue Niner!
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40.
When the hitch route is run really well, that jab step off the line of scrimmage by the receiver, which is designed to back up the defender and give him a little bit of space, all you want there, get that space, catch the football, and then make a move and pick up extra yardage. And that's exactly what he got done there.
Here's Perkins on 1st down. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good 1st down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on 1st down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Detroit! Detroit!
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down. They'll come out in the pistol.
No, check,
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Now a field goal forthcoming for the Steelers. This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead. A little bit of a lower trajectory there on the deep kick, and it worked.
Had to do it because he had to drive it out low because of the length of the kick. Able to do that, got it above the defense and over the post.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
And they still need 8 yards for the first here on second down.
Here we go.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down.
Ah, yes, that's today's NFL defensive tackle. Not just a space eater anymore. A guy with agility, movement skills, who can rush the passer and make plays in the offensive backfield.
And the play clock's running down. Out of the gun now on third down. And that is incomplete.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
Fielded just inside the 30.
Running into the kicker. Defense. First down.
The Ravens send their punter out now as he'll kick it away for the second time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Pulled in at the 24. 43-yard punt, but they get 9 back on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And the Steelers set to take the field. And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
No, check. Patriot!
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little, a lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Second down now after the pass completion. And now the Ravens are going to take another timeout. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
Here we go. Blue 90. High blue 90.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. They push him back 8 yards that time on second down. Defense went 3-4. They got some push from the inside.
And this is something in a 3-4 you don't normally get, because the nose tackle who got the sack, he's usually responsible or ends up getting double teamed and sometimes triple teamed. How about him working his way back and putting the big guy on the ground?
So a big sack on second down. Now let's see what the offense has in store for third.
Over.
Out of of the gun. They'll look to throw. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. It'll be a gain of 8, but it also lead to a 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. This is taken around the 12. And he goes out of bounds across the 40-yard line.
Illegal block in the back. Return team.
Let's go! Ohio! Ohio!
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. He's going to look deep down the field. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Back with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's Steeler football to begin quarter number 2. They're looking at a 2nd and short yardage to start things out.
Let's go!
They'll drop the throw. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Set! All right, now look at 56.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. A dump off to the flat for Perkins. And he's got the 1st down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield.
Yeah, a lot of tough routes to try and cover. When you see a runner come out of the backfield and run this angle route, looks like they're going to the flat, and then they put their foot in the ground and cut back sharply inside, not easily covered. And then when they catch it, good momentum built up by them as well.
And able to pick up the 1st. They run with Perkins. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. 1st level defensive line, 2nd level linebackers, 3rd level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a 1st level run, and it was stopped by a 2nd level player.
Again, they go to Perkins. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
Well, so far, this game has gone the way the defensive coordinator had hoped. They've dictated things, and they've not let them run the ball very well at all. They gave up a nice game there. I doubt it'll back off their confidence. They've played so well throughout this entire game.
Well, the Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd down.
Could be a blitzer.
On the run, it's Perkins. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the 1st down marker was and getting there.
On the give, it's Perkins. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
After watching that play and result, I go back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator, Brandon, before the game and said, how are you going to move the ball running it against the #1 defense? He gave us no indication, didn't tip his hand at all, so we have to see how this unfolds as this game moves along.
Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. And with that, they're now out of timeouts and still plenty of time remaining here in this second quarter. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. Now Perkins, and he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. On the right hash, officially, this will be a 51-yard attempt. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, but the net
like that in this league. Sometimes you just got to take the 3 and move on. Always better than nothing.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one. But there's no trace of nervousness there. He was able to diagnose that play from his linebacker position, stay in excellent coverage, and bat the ball away.
Let's go!
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a 3rd down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit. But get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are. You know, make someone miss in the open field.
Back to throw here. Flushed out right. He may try and run for this. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a 1st down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big-time play.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. When we sat with the coaching staff a couple of days ago, they said attacking that defensive look with a run, something they wanted to do, it was effective.
And they were extremely confident, weren't they? Their planning, their preparation, they knew what they were going to get in that defense, and they were able to attack it accordingly.
And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. They'll run it now out of the gun. Not much there, maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. It'll be a gain of 6, and it'll be 4th down. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Back to Heinz Field after this. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Larry Ridley. Larry will have highlights and analysis of this first half. I'm guessing mostly defensive highlights that we will see.
Yeah, and that's kind of cool. No touchdown scored yet so far.
And none whatsoever. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. 7 yards on the play, and they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 12 yards on the pickup, and that'll be good for a Baltimore first.
And that run was what a lot of people call an explosive run. Gave them good yardage, solid yardage. They feel good about the whole thing, and they did it behind a 2 tight end set. It's always interesting to watch what offenses want to do with the 2 tight ends. Sometimes they line them up together for a power set. Sometimes they put one on each side of the line of scrimmage to balance things out. No matter what, though, when you see 2 tight ends on the field, your first thought is to think run. In this case, the offense was able to run successfully.
They'll look to throw. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Their big-bodied receiver with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Ravens can take the lead now if they hit the extra point.
After nearly 30 minutes of football, that touchdown puts us in a position where if they make the extra point, we're right back to even before we start the second half.
A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. Boy, I guess they're going to keep trying to put the pedal to the metal here. They're going to try an onside kick. And this doesn't work. The Steelers recover it. A second quarter onside kick there that failed. Is that something that maybe they had dialed up before this game started?
It feels like it, doesn't it? That they thought they had the right situation, you know, and the right approach in going after it. Also may signal that they feel like they have the superior team, that they can try these sorts of things and it won't come back and hurt them later.
And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground.
Here we go.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Throwing the slant pattern here complete. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. So the offense took the timeout. Looks like they're ready to go as we get set to resume the action. So the offense has it 1st and 10. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 to the 5-yard line.
I don't know whether I want to be a fly on the wall or not when they hear the explanation of how one of the bigger targets on the field, the tight end, can be that wide open and uncovered downfield. Who blew that assignment?
Somebody did.
No doubt about it. There's no way you're not going to account for him.
They'll look to throw again. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Their dangerous wide receiver as the first half is winding down. And the Steelers are going to retake the lead. So they're able to capture the lead here just before halftime.
And not only that, they get the ball to start the second half.
That's right.
This is almost like basketball down the stretch, right, where you get the 2-for-1 situation where you try and get 2 shots to your opponent's 1. In this situation, they got the touchdown. They'll get another shot at to start the second half.
Could be a big turnaround. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Let's go. Ohio.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
Here we go.
Halfback sent in motion. And 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw again. And he'll be hit from behind and the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. So we reach halftime here. And hello, I guess Larry's halftime show was buttoned through. And we are moving on and ready to go for the third quarter. This one taken from the 7. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 20. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that rest. And that's caught inside the 30. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. They've been struggling in the passing game. Do you like the aggressiveness there? I mean, it worked on that play, but do you like it?
I do, because a lot of the time you're struggling because your passing lanes are clogged. That usually happens when you're throwing the ball underneath. People start to press up on you. Push them deep. Find some space and open things up again. Being aggressive there, I think, will pay off for them.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. And yet again, this run game just continues to be completely shut off.
Completely stymied. I mean, they're trying to get some consistency, trying to find places to roam. They just haven't been there throughout this game.
Time running out here on the play clock. Looking to throw. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Malik Collins coming up the middle, gets him there for a loss of about 9.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
Now on 3rd and long, nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and it's picked up by the Steelers. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line.
That feels like an accumulation of the pressure we've seen all game. I mean, he's been on the turf a whole lot because of sacks. Eventually, something else happens as well, and this time it was a turnover.
Yeah, caught up to him. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. Give them a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. It's a gain of 6, moves them to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball. Looks like a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and 2.
Yeah, maybe expecting a throw. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move. So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They'll run it now out of the gun. Stays on his feet. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. They'll throw right side here, complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. So they're operating in the red zone. So the D-line's going to spread out. They go play action here on 1st down. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. They'll give him a yard on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it, but he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back.
Green 39.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Give him 8 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard.
319.
Now back to throw. That's caught at the 2. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Their big tight end. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. Well, it was 3rd and 1. I was expecting runs, so much for that. They pass it, they score it.
That had the feel of the head coach telling the offense.
And he's going to be taken down. It's a sack, and they fail on the try for 2. Tried to roll out, make a play outside of the pocket, but couldn't get it done.
When you don't have a lot of space for your receivers to operate, and down there it's really condensed when you're snapping the ball from the 2-yard line, rolling out, you extend the play, but you don't necessarily open up better avenues for people. And on that play, there's just nowhere to go with the ball, and you end up getting sacked.
The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they felt they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here?
Come on, let's go. Ohio.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Forced out to his left. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
And he still doesn't have a catch. We're into the 2nd half. I think it's a little bit of a surprise to me, but that was one he should have caught.
Absolutely. That was his best opportunity right there. He dropped it. So still a full 10 yards to go here for the offense on 3rd down.
Here we go. Flex round. Flex round. Flex round. Flex round.
They'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage to the 35.
Now that definitely hurts, because the mindset is getting a 3-and-out there, and they don't get it done. They give up the scramble and a pickup for a 1st down.
Let's go.
And to give this time to the tailback. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
We just saw another example of how the defense is winning this game. Really at the point of attack, the offensive line's just getting pushed around. I think now as a play caller, you've got to give them a little bit of help. Maybe keep your tight ends a little bit more. Maybe the running backs help you a little bit with the pass blocking. But you've got to help them get some confidence, because you can't abandon the play calling right now.
Again with a juke. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 43 yards. Play clock winding down. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 to the 5-yard line.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. A great effort there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Ravens draw a bit closer. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
Yeah, that was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it's capped off by the Baltimore score. And this doesn't work. The Steelers recover it. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And as the numbers show, he really wasn't in the mix at the beginning, but they've got him in the rotation now, and it's proved a good move.
And that's what happens when you're a good player. There's a lot more attention drawn to you, and it's obvious that they had him in their game plan on defense, not letting him get off to a good start, but he's found a way so far here in the second half.
Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10.
Now let's go. 3-19.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's going to loft it deep right sideline. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on. 3rd down.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken.
Let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He can't bring him down. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Jeremiah Tauchu in there to drop him. And his great season continues. 13 sacks for him now on the year. Now in Pittsburgh, it's the Ravens with possession of the football, but trailing on the big board as we get set for the 4th. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25.
Well, we all know the guy carrying the ball is going to get the credit, both in the stat line and probably in the newspaper. But guess what? Those guys creating holes, they couldn't feel better about themselves right now. Offensive line, tight end, probably even the wide receivers are involved. They're moving the ball well.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. He takes this for 3 to the 29. Bud Dupree, a former first-round pick, in on the stop. So they run it on 2nd down. Now let's see what 3rd down brings here for the offense. And he'll give it here to his running back. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
Now that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the first down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. This is taken at the 23. Just a net of 34 there following a punt of 44 yards. And the offense will come back onto the field for the 1st and 10. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding, keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. A gain of 32 that time.
Trying to defend a drag route is really tough because you don't want to jump the route the shorter or underneath as the drag route is too quickly, because oftentimes they want to run that route and then hit over the top of you for bigger yardage. So if you can chip off the timing of the receiver off the line of scrimmage so he can't actually get into the route, that's the best way to defend it. But there was no possibility of that on that play. End result, the receiver won it a big way. Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. They'll set up a throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic, and people wanting to put a little contact on him. Really well done.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. 15 yards through the air and a first down.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here, down late, tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
A handoff to Perkins. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. And in this situation with the lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take. Puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves them with third and about 6 yards to go. 7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Jeremiah Tauchu in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the left hash, this from 39. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good, and that'll push the lead up to 8. So, Charles, I think from a defensive perspective, you have to look at that field goal there and consider it a win.
You were able to keep them within a touchdown, so no question about it. That was the kind of stand that keeps you in ball games.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Time starting to run out here in the 4th. This defense just trying to keep the offense off the board and preserve this potential victory. And the back goes into motion. They'll need to get the play off quickly. They're going to look to throw, eluding the pressure right. And an alley to run. And avoids the contact by sliding. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. He's back to throw. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. It's a gain of 15 that time. And it's good enough for a Baltimore first down. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Here we go!
They'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Come on, let's go! Ohio! Ohio! Ohio!
He'll look to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. It'll be a gain of 9, and that's going to bring up a third down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Back to throw. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And he goes in motion here in the backfield. Back to throw. Flush to his right. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football. But bad for your team.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And, oh, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Halfback sent in motion. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. And they're going to speed things up here.
Here we go. Flex round. Flex round.
Back to throw here. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. Oh, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the... They'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
It appears that the pressure is affecting him today. Normally, he knows exactly when to get rid of the football, but today, because he's been hit a few times, he's getting rid of it a little bit too quickly.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Let's go. Grand 38.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. A great play there. Finding the end zone on the game's final play. And now the Ravens, they're just a 2-point conversion away from tying this up.
Well, the play caller certainly can't enjoy that touchdown because he's got to dial up a 2-point play that can tie things up.
No time on the clock. Are we going to overtime, or does it end right here?
Here we go. Flex round. Flex
In motion right is the running back.
Be ready.
They'll look to throw. Flushed out right. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. Wow, partner, let's take